Today we have our session of reading. It's about Alissa. It's written by C.J. Moore. So Alissa is 12 years old when her father sends her to work in the city. So soon she wants to leave her work and go to school. So is it an impossible dream for her, or is it possible? We don't know. So let's see by reading. Alissa is reading. Her father calls to her. Alissa, Alissa. Alissa runs to the door. There is a car outside the house. Her father is talking to a fat man. This is Alissa. She reads all day. Her father says. The two men laugh. Alissa, her father says, my friend has work for you in this city. There isn't any work here in the village. You must go with him. So relying on my reading, guys, I'm going to ask you some questions just to check your understanding. So what does Alissa do during the day? Could you answer me, please? What does Alissa do during the day? Hello? What does she do during the day?
She is a reading teacher.
Thank you. Yes, she's reading. Right. And where must she go with the fat man? Hamza. Could you answer, Hamza, please? Usama? Okay, so she must go to the city. We move on. The fat man smiles at Alissa. How old are you? He asks. I'm 12, she says. The fat man laughs again. Alissa doesn't like him. She doesn't want to go with this man. She wants to go to school in the village. She likes school. She likes reading. Your mother is packing your things. You must go to the city, her father says. The fat man gives some money to Alissa's father. Alissa's father is pleased and happy. Alissa is angry and afraid. Alissa doesn't want to go with this man, but she must obey her father. So where does she want to go in the village? Or where does Alissa want to go in the village? She wants to go to
the school.
The school, yes. And what does the fat man give Alissa's father?
Give me the money.
Yes, of course, he gave him some money. Very good. Alissa and the fat man arrive in the city. They drive to a house. A thin man comes to the door. The two men talk. Here is your room, the thin man says to Alissa. He points to a door under the steps. Alissa goes into the room. The room is small and dark. It's her new home. The next morning, the thin man takes Alissa into the house. This is Alissa, the man says to his wife. She likes reading. They laugh. Suddenly, the woman shouts at Alissa. You aren't going to read here, she shouts. You are going to cook and clean and wash. Alissa works 15 hours a day. The woman shouts at her every day. Alissa is very unhappy. She cries every night. What does Alissa do in the thin man's house? Yes, guys, what does Alissa do in the thin man's house? What does she do?
She working, no?
Yes, she's working, but what she's doing? She's cooking, cleaning, and washing.
Cooking and watching.
Yes, and washing also. Yes, good. How many hours Alissa works a day?
15
Yes,
15 hours.
15 hours. Is she happy?
No, she is unhappy.
She is unhappy. Very
Unhappy.
good. One day, the thin man says to Alissa, pack your things, you must go. My wife doesn't like you. The thin man takes her to a clothes shop in the city. The shop owner is a large woman. She gives the man some money. He goes away. He doesn't say goodbye to Alissa. Alissa works with 5 other girls. They work in a small, dark room. The girls work all day. They make clothes. They work 12 hours a day. At midday, they eat lunch. After lunch, they rest for 10 minutes. At night, they sleep on the floor. Why does that thin man take Alissa away from his house? Why does the thin man take Alissa away from his house? Yeah, what did he say?
Because your wife, his wife
Doesn't
don't like Alice.
But his wife doesn't like her. So where does he take her? Where does he take her? To a clothes shop in the city, right? To a clothes shop in the city. So does Alissa work alone at the clothes shop? Does Alissa work alone at the clothes shop?
Can you please repeat? I don't understand.
Does Alissa work alone or with someone else at the clothes shop?
He work with a lot of other girl.
Yes, she works with 5 other girls. Very good. She works with the 5 other girls. And how many hours do they work a day, these girls? How many hours do they work a day? How many hours they work? How many hours a day?
12 hours.
12 hours, of course. And where do they sleep? Where do they sleep?
The floor.
On the floor, of course, on the floor. Good. So here we have each month, the shop owner gives the girls a little money. Alissa buys a book with her money. She reads the book after lunch. The shop owner is surprised. The other girls can't read. Can you write? Can you count? The shop owner asks. Yes, I can, Alissa says. Come, the shop owner says. You are going to work in the shop. Alissa likes working in the shop. She serves the customers. The customers are rich ladies. They buy expensive dresses. One of the customers is a tall and pretty lady. She always smiles at Alissa. She gives Alissa small presents. Do the girls get paid from the shop owner? Do the girls get paid from the shop owner? Yes or no? Yes. They get paid.
Yes, but later.
Yeah, but it's little. So with this little, what does Alissa do with her money? What does Alissa do with her money?
She pays book, teacher.
Yes, she's paying books. She buys books to read. Good. Why the shop owner asked Alissa to serve the customers? Why the shop owner asked Alissa to serve the customers? Because she can do what? She can. What is the additional thing that she can do more than the other girls?
She can write.
She can write and she can count also. Good. Okay. Which category of people is the shop's customers? Which category of people? So look at from the dress of this customer. She's wearing very expensive things, huh? So which category of people? Yeah, it's rich ladies. Yes, it's rich, wealthy and rich ladies. Very good. So who gives Alissa small presents? Who gives Alissa a small present? It's the?
One of the customer.
Yeah, one of the customers, the tall and pretty lady. Good. One day, the tall lady leaves her purse in the shop. This is the purse. Alissa runs out into the street. She runs after the lady. Here is your purse, Alissa says. The lady smiles. She takes some money from the purse. Thank you, she says to Alissa. You are an honest girl. Take this money. No, no, says Alissa. I don't want your money. She runs back to the shop. The shop owner shouts at her. Don't leave the shop again, she shouts. I pay you a lot of money. I pay you to work. I don't pay you to run out into the street. Does Alissa take the money as a reward from the tall lady? Does Alissa take the money as a reward from the tall lady because she gave her her purse? Does she take the money? Does she take the money from the tall lady?
No, she doesn't.
No, of course no. Why? Because she is an honest girl. She is honest. Does the shop owner praise her for her good behavior or the contrast? Does she praise her? Does she tell her that she's doing well? Or she criticizes her, she blames her on her behavior?
No, it was very hungry.
Yeah, she was very angry on her and she was blaming her about the fact leaving the shop. Good. Alissa is angry. You don't pay me a lot of money, she shouts. I'm a slave here. You are an ungrateful girl, the large woman says. You have a bed and food and money. Do you want more? Yes, I do, Alissa says. She's crying now. Wait, a quiet voice says. The tall lady is standing at the door. Alissa isn't ungrateful, the tall lady says. She is an honest girl. The tall lady speaks to Alissa. Aren't you happy here? She asks. What do you want? Alissa says, I want to go to school. What does Alissa want more than having a bed and food and money? What does she want more? She wants
to go to school.
Yeah, she wants to go to school, the poor little lady. Yeah, she wants to go to school. The tall lady turns to the shop owner. Alissa will live in my house, she says. She won't work. She will go to school. You must pay me, the shop owner says. No, the tall lady says. Alissa isn't a slave. Pack your things, Alissa, she says. We will go home now. Alissa goes with the tall lady. She's going to a new home. She's going to be happy. So what does the tall lady say to the shop owner? What does she tell her? She tells her that Alissa will live in her house, right? And she won't work. And she will go to school. Finally, the dream of Alissa is realized. She's going to school and she is rescued by a very rich woman. So what is the topic sentence? What is the idea of this short story? Could you tell me? Yes, that our dreams, if we want to realize them, we have to work and do our best to realize them. And who knows, maybe some luck will interfere and we are going to realize our dreams in the end. Okay, I think that's all for today. Hope that you were pleased by this reading. Thank you so much and see you the following Wednesday. Bye-bye.